I broke my kitchen. Love philosophy. Totally forgot to show the shaping bit, but look at my loaves! Eee. I am making it a goal to try and do as much things from scratch, or at least trying to make use of what I have and do as much from scratch as possible when I'm able to, and as I'm able to afford it, but we will see.
So once I get to the library, I usually settle in, make a list of the things that I would like to do while I'm at the library, and then I'll get out my computer and I'll do some checks for emails. I'll check my calendar and see what I've planned for myself, and then here you'll see that I am working on math because this semester I have 2 math courses that I'm working on. So I gotta remember to hydrate, make my lists, and then I watch a couple of math videos before I settle in to actually tackle the math problems.
I missed you, Tanisha. Well, I have just discovered something about my apartment. I cannot have my espresso machine and my kettle going at the same time in the same plug, which means I probably can't have anything going on in that plug at the same time. Unless, yeah, no, well, I think I just gotta make sure my fridge is still on. Yep, fridge still works. That's good. I broke my kitchen and I'm in student housing, so I don't know how to fix it. And it's the weekend, so I can't contact anyone to fix it. Okay, I will tackle this later. This is not what I wanted to have happen tonight.
5 minutes later.
Friends came to the rescue. So now I know I can't have my kitchen light on and boil the kettle, and I can't do those 2 things at the same time and have my pretty fairy lights plugged in. So I have learned, and I now know where my breaker is, hidden behind a door that I never saw the back of, because that door was, you know, when you come into your house, you open the door, and then you come in, and if the breaker's box is behind the door, you never see that, because then when you leave, you also open the door. Anyways, I now know how my kitchen works, and maybe the kettle gets plugged in somewhere else. The kitchen's not broken. I hate the lighting in here, but this is an unoccupied part of the school that I can use for filming at the moment. But I am doing some preliminary research on a paper that I think is going to be really cool. I'm taking this course on like worldviews and how do you build worldviews, and we're talking about how like themes like what is the good life, how does society function, what makes society, what are the worldviews that societies are based upon, particularly our society, what are we seeing in our society. And we're reading Brave New World right now, which is such an interesting read. While we're talking about what is the good life, we're also talking about how everybody worships something, and it's just a matter of like, what is that thing that you worship? What is that thing that, like, is it the self? Is it achievement? Is it, you know, chasing that good life? Is it that pleasure? Is it, I don't know, is it just read as much literature as possible? that's not what it is for me, but like, what is the good life, and what is at the center, what is at the heart of that, and how does that inform your way of thinking, and how does that inform like your engagement in society and how you function in society. So there's all these different things that we're talking about, and I've been captivated by how in Brave New World literature is seen as dangerous. Thinking for yourself, imagination, these things are seen as dangerous because, in a sense, for the world state that is trying to control people and has reduced things, it is dangerous to think for yourself and have your own opinions, to imagine something that might not be what it is right now, and what's false maybe. So it's really interesting to engage with these things, and I'm really intrigued by this idea of looking at how in the past, in history, how storytelling and literature, and like not just literature but like oral storytelling even, and the imagination and evoking the imagination in someone, and in particularly in children, and how you raise children, like fairy tales, the Brothers Grimm fairy tales, other kind of folk tales that we're told, or nursery rhymes, things like these are stories, and they're meant to evoke your imagination. They're meant to teach you something. They're meant to be lessons, and we in the literature circles make fun of that, or we don't, or we take that in as lesson, whatever these things are. And I think these are just so fascinating. And so these books that I've picked out, I'm really intrigued to read them, especially the one called Homer to Harry Potter or something. And then there was another one that I saw on fiction and literature written by Kierkegaard, who is a theologian and a philosopher. So I think I might look at that one as well. But I am, like, the paper is months away from being written, but I'm doing some preliminary research right now, and I'm very excited to see what comes of it. I'll keep you posted, and I will maybe do a series on it. I don't know, we'll see. I just love philosophy and literature and all of the things combining, and just a good soup. It's a good soup.
Something called graditis is something that is bandied around in our circles occasionally. One or two of my professors have talked about it, and I don't exactly know what it is, but I also wouldn't say that I have it, because while I'm reflecting on my time that I've been at this college, I'm also thinking about the fact that school is all I have ever known. And I'm going through these assignments, reflecting on them, realizing that this is going to be so different in the future. While I'm not trying to think about that, I'm trying to think about where I've come from, how I started at college as a very shy little introvert who didn't really know what she was doing. And now I'm here, and I'm graduating 6 years later, and it's really exciting, and I've come so far, and that's what this grad portfolio is really reflecting on. And so I'm looking forward to the future, but for the most part, I'm just trying to sit in and be proud of where I've come.
Just went to pick up my new coffee table. Very much enjoying it on my floor couch. I think it actually really kind of finishes the apartment. Well, not finishes. I have my desk that I need to pick up tomorrow. That's on the docket to do. So a friend of mine is coming with me into the city to pick that up, and we will bring it back here, and I'm gonna build it later this weekend with another friend of mine while I make curry for my D&D group, I think, and for me so that I can have leftovers and everything. But I will feed them, and we will do our session 0. Very excited for that. I have the best laid schemes, in my opinion. I'm really excited to lay it all out for everybody, kind of get us all together, get us all oriented, and I think it's going to be really fun. I really like the group that I've chosen. Everybody has some experience with playing D&D and role-playing already, so that's a bonus. 3 of them have already been on one of my campaigns that I've led before, and the other two are just really good friends. One of them, actually both of them, were going to be in the same campaign, but life just didn't work out, and so they weren't able to join us for my Celestial 6 campaign that I led for, I think it worked out to being a year and a half-ish of time that we spent together playing. So they will join us this time for this campaign, and it's going to be really cool. I have been heavily inspired by wanting to do a campaign that's a little bit like Critical Role's campaign 2, of a very motley crew that start off really low stakes and then gradually the ante gets upped. So I've got plans for that, and maybe I'll share them. We will see. A lot of my friends who are in the campaign watch these videos, so I might not be able to share things necessarily, but we shall see. Sunday, and all I want to do is rest here on my floor couch and snuggle into some pillows and blankets. But I should probably actually go put this video together. So, it's been so long since I edited videos, and this is, like, as of last summer, very new thing to me. Hated hearing the sound of my voice over and over again. But I gradually kind of got used to it. And now I'm not used to it anymore. And so editing has actually been really hard. And trying to figure out, okay, what is this vlog about? And I think in summary, this vlog has been, this last couple of weeks has been marked by figuring out what moving in and life is gonna look like for me here. Settling in as a student in this, my last semester, which is intimidating a little bit, but I've also been thinking about, like, what is resting and what is doing good hard work, and I kind of got a lot of settling done and getting my feet under me done this week, so I am excited for what the rest of this semester holds. And thank you for coming along with me in this chaotic week of trying to figure everything out and trying to figure out what being a student, figuring out I'm gonna be an FA for one of my professors again, a different professor this time, and helping with a bit of research as well. So I get to have some fun doing some research on one of his projects and papers that he's working on, and figuring out if that's something I really like doing, and I'm rather excited for it. Next week is going to be me handing in, or this week, next week, is going to be handing in my grad portfolio of a kind of compilation of all the learning that I've been doing, which is something that I've been doing over the course of this vlog. A lot of the work that you've seen me doing is work on that. And then two professors, my department head and then one other professor, are going to read over everything that I submit. And then they're going to I'm gonna have a grad interview where I basically, they're gonna ask me questions, we're gonna chat and about my learning and how I've developed as a person over the last 6 years of my being here. And then it's off to the races in the final stretch of my time as a student. Oh, it's insane. It's crazy.
5 minutes later.
Thank you for coming along for these last couple of weeks of figuring out being a writer and a student. And I'm looking forward to doing more writer things in the following vlogs. But this was a lot of settling in and then setting up what's gonna allow me to be a writer. So